Hey again, I'm back. I just rewatched my video that I made earlier and I started talking about something and then I just skipped over it. So I want to go back to me going to Alpharetta, Georgia to the National Treatment Center for Environmental Disease. Like I said, I left on Mother's Day in 2016. My appointment was for that Monday. I got down there, got my hotel room and everything, went and got me something to eat, went back to my hotel, and got me some rest so I can get up early to find this facility. I had never been to Atlanta before and I was by myself, so all I had was my GPS. So I left early, found a facility, and then went and got something to eat. And while I was sitting there eating, I was in chicken and waffles or waffles and chicken or something having breakfast. I got a call from the guy who facilitated the whole thing. He was like the go-between. He gave me all the information on the hotel rentals and airfare and all that stuff. So he called me and he was like, I have some bad news. Unfortunately, the doctor you were supposed to see had a triple bypass this weekend, and we're trying to find a doctor to come in to see you. So I was like, okay. So he was like, just wait for, our phone call at the hotel. We'll be giving you a call back. So I just figured, it's a clinic, so I'm sure they got more than one doctor. So I finished eating. I took my time and I went to the facility and just waited in the rental car. To make a long story short, I waited for 2.5 hours and still didn't get a phone call. So I went back to the hotel. It started getting late and I'm like, I know this place isn't open 24 hours. So at about 5:45 I got a phone call from the guy. His name was Aaron, and he was like, oh, I'm sorry, unfortunately we weren't able to find a doctor to come in and see and treat you, but what we're going to do is we're going to refund all your money, and we're going to call you by Friday to schedule another appointment, or either our doctors will call your doctor here in Michigan and do a telehealth over the phone and tell your doctor how to diagnose and treat you. So, okay. They did. They instantly put my $200 deposit back on my credit card. Within 3 days, I got a certified check. They refunded my airfare, my hotel fare, the rental car, and the gas that I put in the rental car. Friday came, didn't hear anything. Another week went by, didn't hear anything. I called them. I know many of you have called numbers and it's like you have to talk to all these voice recorded or automated things before you even get to a human person. That's how this was. I even called and left a message for the guy Aaron, and they never called me back. So a couple weeks later, I had an appointment with my therapist, and I go into his office, and I'm just boo-hooing like I'm always doing, just always crying. And I was like, it was nothing but a scam, and I really was hopeful, and he was like, Pat, it wasn't a scam. He said if it was a scam, they wouldn't have gave you all your money back. And a light came on and I started thinking, it was like, that makes sense. He said, I want to tell you, he said, you're a little fish in a big pond and you're going up against the state. And it sounds like somebody got to them and told them not to treat you. He said, because if it was a scam, they would have kept your money. So that was that. It was not until months later that I accidentally stumbled across the doctor that I have now. Like I said, I spent endless days and nights constantly, even on my lunch break, sneaking, researching online, trying to find a doctor or some kind of test I can take to prove to everybody that something was seriously wrong with me. And which I knew already it was. And I came across this lab, I forgot the name of it, and they offered the mycotoxin test, which is a urine test, and it can, determine, what kind of mold you have in you or whatever. And the test is like $700 or something like that. So I'll never forget, just like it was yesterday. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm online, and this little chat box comes on, and the guy was like, "Can I help you?" So I went to type, and I'm like, it can't hurt to give some information, and I told him, and he was like, I could sell you the test, but then you would have to pay to have someone interpret the test for you. He said, but what it sounds like is you need help right now. You need a doctor. So he gave me the name of 2 doctors. One of the doctors I had already tried to see. I had already been referred once by my physician who used to work under him, and twice by 2 different attorneys. But this doctor is in Ann Arbor, and basically all he does is depositions and stuff now. He doesn't see a whole lot of patients, but I think with all the information I sent him and all the pictures, he didn't want to see me because I work for the state. So the other doctor was an hour and 15 minutes away, and that's the doctor that I end up seeing, the doctor that's basically saved my life, that's bringing me back to good health. And with his help and with the grace of God, I a couple weeks ago I went to my primary care doctor, and I had been taking blood pressure medicine for years, 20 plus years. And knowing what I know now, any kind of medication in your body, even though it helps with one thing, it hurts another. It has side effects. And with my liver already being damaged, my goal was not to take any prescription medication. So, like I said, weeks ago when I went to my primary care doctor, I told him I hadn't took my blood pressure medicine in over a month. But what I did was, I'm not saying this for everybody to go out and do this. This is just something that worked for me. With my lifestyle change and my diet, and I started taking CBD oil, which is natural, and my environmental doctor approved it. And this has helped regulate my blood pressure. I went a month without taking my medication, but I monitored my blood pressure every day and took a screenshot of it. So when I went to see my primary care doctor, I had proof. And I am prescription med free. And I think that's good. I'm so proud of myself. I take a lot of supplements, and I'm going to continue for the rest of my life, I'm going to continue this natural lifestyle, because now I am more aware of what can harm you. And all I want to do, like I said, is share my information to help others, so no one can end up going through what I had to go through and feeling the way I had to feel for so long, feeling like there was no one there to help you. And a lot of people would have gave up, but I'm just glad that my faith was strong, and I hung in there until I found help. So again, I just wanted to give that information because I did leave it out of the first video, and I wish everyone the best, and I will continue to share this information, like I said, until I can't share it anymore. Talk to you later. Bye.